Here comes everyone. Good morning. I'm Judge Person. I will actually repeat myself just to get everybody logged in and audio connected. It may take a couple of moments. But again, I'm Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to court this morning. I want to thank everybody up front for your time and your attention. I do have a few things that I want to announce before we get started. I want to let you know things. And I do see people coming in late. I'll just go ahead and let them in. I do want to let you know that when you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are methods that we have under the law for accusing someone. That is what a citation is. And when you give a plea, you're giving your answer or your response to that accusation. And there are three options for pleading in a Class C court. This is a Class C court. The cases that are filed here are Class C offenses. They result in the imposition of fines and costs. They do not normally result in jail time. Jail time is a different process here than it might be in some of the courts that you may have heard about or watched on television. Here, there are fines and costs. So it will not be unusual that we're talking about fines and costs quite a bit through the morning. But I do want to just give kind of an overview. Before I do that, Mr. Matson, I would like to have you introduce yourself. Ryan Matson is the prosecutor for the city of Temple. For those who may not know how that works, that would make him the equivalent of like a city level district attorney. Mr. Matson, could you just introduce yourself so that it'll push you up to the front of the screen for everybody?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ryan Matson. I'm the prosecutor for Temple.
Thank you. I have on your docket today, well, several people, but I do have Mary Palmer here from the on the Vivar Sanchez case. Mary Palmer, are you able to unmute so that we know your audio is working?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay, I'm going to move y'all to a breakout room for discussion and y'all will come back at the end, but y'all probably are both familiar with what I'm saying. And so I'm going to go ahead and let y'all get started.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. And Mr. Matson, I'm moving you over to that group as well. Okay, and so I do want to just kind of hit the highlights. And I also see from the Tkach firm here on the Peterson case, and we'll be with you shortly as well. So again, as I said, the three options for pleading, they are guilty, not guilty, and no contest. We are presumed to be not guilty. The law makes that presumption. So the only way we're found guilty is if we change that plea or if we go to trial and the state wins that case, then the jury or the judge at that trial would change that. We are presumed to be not guilty. Not guilty doesn't mean innocent. That's a confusion that people frequently have. If we pled innocent, we would have to prove our innocence. When we plead not guilty, the state has to prove that we're guilty. Might sound like words, but actually words are important when you get into courts. So not guilty is the presumption. There are folks on the not guilty docket here today. That is an agreement docket at this time. We're happy to keep it in play as long as it works, but you're always free to come on into court and have your case heard here. If the case isn't resolved today, I'm pushing as a judge to get cases resolved, not necessarily that people are guilty or not guilty, but just to move things along. So often on the pretrial docket, the not guilty docket, we're moving things into the courtroom because that's where we have trials. If you're pleading not guilty, we're going through a process, and I'll just talk to you about the next setting when it's your turn, if depending on how your case is going. I don't know ahead of time. If you plead guilty, you are saying, I did this. You're just moving forward with sentencing. And I'm going to talk more about sentencing options in just a very quick moment. If you plead no contest, you're just allowing me to find you guilty without admitting or denying the offense. So if you plead guilty or no contest, I'm moving into sentencing. Now, Class C court sentencing is normally payment of fines and costs. And also normally the item goes on your record. In terms of payment of fines and costs, I do look at income, and we can talk about options. There are 30-day payment plans. There are longer payment plans. Some folks are qualified to handle it in a different way, such as community service, and I need income information in order to assess that. I also look at income information on the not guilty docket just down the road in connection with scheduling a bond for the case when it's going to trial. And so, oh, okay. Yeah, I see there's a conversation. I will let folks know, and thank you to staff. I'm not able to really tend to the chat feature. And that was good advice. Thank you for tending to that. And it's not captured or saved. So it's not really a platform where I'm looking to take information in or discuss with folks. But we have somebody who's having trouble with their audio, which is odd because it shows their audio to be connected. Yeah. And it looks like it might be working. All right, you can hear us now. Good. Okay, very good. I'm glad to see that. Okay, so I'll keep going. Now, in terms of guilty and no contest and moving into sentencing, normally I said the item would go on your record, but there are exceptions to that. In fact, there are 4 under state law. So they are compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court. Compliance dismissals are things that can be brought up to date and dismissed. The law must specify that can happen in order for that to happen. But if you have something like that, those laws say the judge shall, which means that I should be on the lookout for those items, and I will be on the lookout. That said, you are welcome to ask if you are curious or if you wonder if it applies to you. If you're representing yourself here today, then, I would expect questions. I can't give legal advice. I can answer basic questions about courts and how things move through courts. If you ask something that I'm not allowed to answer, I will just simply tell you that. So don't be nervous about asking questions for yourself. In connection with that, before you move forward, if you have not yet entered a plea on your case, you have the right to meet with an attorney of your choice. And when you do that, we would recess your case. And that means just rescheduling a different day and coming back with or without an attorney. But at a Class C level, we don't court appoint counsel. And I'm not going to give you the 30-minute explanation for that, but that is the status of the law, generally speaking. But you get a reset. So if you want to do that and you didn't realize, then you just say, Judge, I need some time. I'll give you some time and we'll come back a different day. If you hire someone, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's not a commitment to hiring someone. It's resolving certain questions that you may have with someone who can answer those questions best for you. That's what that is. And then you hire them or you don't. It's up to you. So again, to trigger that, you say, I need time. If we're in sentencing already, you've generally waived that option, but raise the question and we'll see where you are. Okay. I'm going to pause for a moment and have Attorney Palmer and Attorney Mattson just let me know where we are on these matters or on this matter regarding Devar Sanchez.
Your Honor, Ms. Palmer is going to go ahead and speak with her client about the case. Can we get a confirmation of the final pretrial date?
So right now I have October 12th. That is, I believe, in court setting. Is that right? Yes, I did not pull up my outside calendar properly.
That is an in-person.
That's an in-person setting. Is that what we're seeking to do?
Yes, Your Honor. I just wanted to make sure I had the correct date.
Okay, yeah. The reason I ask is because normally we're going there because we're heading into trial. Are y'all asking to reset on this platform or are y'all asking to come into court?
Judge, if I may, we may settle it before our pretrial, but I am hoping to be in Santa Fe to hear my sons and my grandson. They're doing some singing things. I believe begins the 13th, 14th, and 15th. They
Okay.
have 3 dates, and the 12th I'd be driving.
Okay, let's go for the 26th of October, folks. Is that all right?
Yes, Your Honor. For me, it is.
That works great, Your Honor.
Okay, let's do that. And that way we know we're not running into travel date for the attorney, since you could change it if you filed that letter. So we might as well just address it up front. Okay. Is there anything further on this matter from either side?
Nothing
No.
from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, then Attorney Palmer, you are free to go whenever you choose.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you for your time. We'll send you that reset. That's an in-person reset. Anything that's resolved prior to that could remove it from the docket.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to go ahead and move Mr. Mattson forward with attorney file. And this is actually on the Peterson case.
Yes, and before you do that, I just want to
Yes.
ask, Ms. Peterson, are you in the Zoom right now?
Me?
No, Peterson, my client.
Oh, I did not see Peterson in the.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure she was considering showing up, so I wanted to make sure she wasn't here.
Well, let's just call it and make sure. Diane Peterson, are you here? There's no one in the waiting room
Okay,
either. So I think that's a negative, but no problem.
thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. Yeah, you can't always see it. So
Mhm.
I can see it though. Believe me, I see everything everybody's doing. You might want to keep that in mind. Okay, there we go. And then the other thing so that's compliance dismissals. And I was talking about those for a minute. Those are things like a blinker was broken, a tire was bald, that sort of thing. But I will be looking to see if you have something like that. The next thing I want to do is let you know, like there's the other three moving violations can be dismissed if you qualify for a driver safety course option. With the driver safety course option and the moving violation, you do pay court costs. The fine goes on hold. You get your course and your record turned in. You get a dismissal and the fine gets waived. Let me back up just real quickly and just give you an overview. Every ticket that's filed has a court cost and a fine. The court cost is set by the Texas legislature. The fine is set by the judge. In the driving safety course option, you pay the court cost. The fine will go on hold. You turn in the proper record. You turn in the proper course on time. You get your ticket dismissed off your record and you save money because this gets waived, this fine. It's cheaper to do that than to pay that whole ticket. Okay, it's a price break because state law recognizes the fact that we drive better after we take a course like that. So they incentivize doing that. You have to qualify to be in the program. You're welcome to ask about it. I will be looking to see if you're qualified to be in the program, and I'll be seeing if you want to do it. If it appears to me that you might be, but you never know. And if you think I've missed something, feel free to address it with me when it's your turn. That's the second one. The third one is if you qualify and complete a deferred disposition, there you must request it. Now, let me explain what that is. Deferred means to make a delay. A disposition is to final. I delay making the case final. I accept your plea. I put an order in place that really spells out and describes in writing what you need to do to gain a dismissal. If you complete the things that are listed, then I dismiss your ticket. It's a known way to handle your case. You can request in a Class C court a deferred disposition on a plea of guilty or no contest. What that would look like is to simply say guilty or no contest. I'd like a deferred. That's it. That's the magic language. In other types of courts, you can't request a deferred. At higher level courts directly from the judge. You must ask the prosecutor, but here you may make a request directly from the judge. Now, there's probably like 1% of the cases that the prosecutor has to weigh in on. If that's happening, I'll describe that or talk to you about that if it comes up. But you can ask directly. You can also ask the prosecutor if you're on the pretrial docket. You can say, hey, would you agree to a deferred and what would you agree to? And then y'all bring that agreement to the judge. But in the end of the day, the judge either says yes or no to either a dual request on the pretrial docket or a regular request from a regular person. So either way, you're asking the judge, and then the judge in the court is free to say, yes, I will grant it, or no, I won't. And they do not have to give an explanation. So just be aware of that. It's just ultimately judges decide those things. I'm fairly favorable to it. But I have to consider it each and every time, and I can't tell you whether I will or won't until I'm asked. So make that request when it's your turn, because the critical thing is that you must request it instead of it being offered by the judge. It's not an offer from the judge. The judge doesn't offer. We create options, but you have to invoke it. Okay. I can't, again, it's a long legal reason why, but it's important. All these things really tie into your rights. And so I'm just threading that needle the way it's supposed to be thread. Now, the fourth thing and last thing is the way to gain a dismissal would be through teen court. And to be in teen court, you need only be enrolled in school or the equivalent, a GED program, anything heading toward the equivalent of a high school diploma. I will start pushing teen court on you because it is actually a very effective tool to help folks not reoffend. And reoffense, when we're talking about penal code violations, we're talking about your record and your future and your work options when you're older. When we're talking traffic, we're mostly talking about health and safety, because our traffic laws are designed to keep us safe. And if you're violating a traffic law and you're under 25, you're in the highest group for future harm. So we want to prevent that. And it's an assumption that gets made under the law appropriately. So those are really the four things I've got. I don't have like hidden secret handshake options. And I know people probably worry about that because, lawyers are here and you wonder what you do and don't know. We try to be as, transparent as we can be. There's a line, again, I'm not allowed to advise you and tell you what you should do and how to do it, but I am allowed to tell you what happens here. And so I've done so. We will now move forward. I do want to let you know a couple of things. One is that at some point today, I will need a signature from each person. If you're able to receive an email, print it, sign it, and email it back, either through your phone and a photo, as long as I can read it, that's fine. I don't take computer generated signatures unless you created the signature in your hand. The reason being that an applied pretend cursive is not your signature legally, and these are legal matters. So I have to do that. So, you may need to come by to get paperwork. Sometimes that's required. I'll work with you on the time today, or if we're able to, and if the case is one that will allow it, I can do printing, signing, and getting it back to us today. So I will work with you on that, but I want to put that thought in your mind so that you're thinking about how we wrap things up for the day. You might wonder, well, then why be online? And the answer is, you'd be here in a long line, and this way I can work with you a little bit more on might be more convenient. Now we're going to get going, and it's going to move pretty quickly. But Mr. Mattson and Attorney Pyle, could y'all tell me where we are? I know this is on the Peterson case.
Your Honor, Ms. File's going to take an offer back to her client, and then I'd also like to get discovery on the calendar by the next court setting.
Okay. So are we court setting here in the Zoom, or are we coming into the court?
We'll come into the court if needed.
Okay, that's fine. We have it set for October 12th. Can we complete discovery before then?
Yes, Your Honor, we can do that.
Okay, can I just put it as if we haven't done it, we'll address it in court that day?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, that's a 9 a.m. setting on October 12th, and Attorney File will send that to your email, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Great. Well, then, is there anything further from either party?
No, Your Honor.
Nope.
Okay. Thank you. Then you're good to go when you get a chance or want to, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mattson, let's move you forward with Corin Lumpkins. And Corin Lumpkins, can you unmute and let's make sure your audio is working?
Hello.
Very good. That's perfect.
Judge, before you actually send us over,
Yes.
I know LT has been going through its upgrades, so there's a lot of ships passing in the night, but I did file a dismissal on Mr. Lumpkins' case. He already provided 6 months of insurance to the court.
Okay. Let me pull and see if that's the only thing, then we'll find it because I don't have it in front of me, but we'll dig it up here pretty quickly. It's the single case and he has nothing further, I believe. Is that right? Is that a single charge of no insurance?
I believe so, Your Honor. I can double check though.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Lumpkins, I'm going to let you go and we're going to email that to you. I'll find that before the morning is out and I will sign it. And then we'll email that to you. The prosecution has dismissed your charge.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're good to go. Okay.
You have a blessed day.
And you too. Thank you for that. Mr. Matson, I'm going to then move you forward. Your next person is Avery Thomas. Avery Thomas, can you unmute so that we know that your audio is working? And if you could get on screen, it helps with communication. Perfect. Okay, great. Let me,
Good morning.
morning, sir. Let me move you over to that meeting with the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I too am moving forward and I would like to ask Aaron McCarty, excuse me, to unmute. How are you this morning? So your audio is either turned down because you're unmuted. So you'll need to turn your audio up.
So, Your Honor, I think the issue might be, I'm Aaron's dad. We're going to try to get King Court. That was still need to join.
Yeah, so I still need to talk to him though. I still need to, let's just start with making sure I can hear him.
Okay.
Okay. Aaron, can you unmute? Well, you're unmuted. That's what I'm not quite getting. Are you able to just go to your speaker perhaps and turn it up? Because I'm turned all the way up. Are you at school? Thumbs up or down? Okay. Are you at the high school? Sometimes the audio there is not great. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll try to keep this to, some yes, no stuff so that we can maybe make sure that we're communicating. Can you type in? Are you able to type in to me? Thank you. I see that. Okay. Thank you for your reply. First, I want to ask you, Aaron, did you understand those options about guilty, not guilty, and no contest? Yes or no? You can type or you can thumbs up or down me. It's either one. Yes? Thank you. That's fine. And I did receive your written plea, and I'm glad Dad is here because it's required that a parent be here. Thank you. And I did receive your plea of guilty. Is that your plea at this time? Okay. And then also a request for teen court. Great. With teen court, there is a $20 fee. And then in this case, there would be a class and a small paper that you would need to write. Can you pay the $20 fee today? And Dad Mike could weigh in on that with us as well.
Yeah, I'll pay it.
Okay. And it's cash. And then the next thing is you would come by the court. It'll only take about 5, maybe 10 minutes once you get here. You would pick up the information for how to do the class and how to find the right class. And we'll give you your essay assignment and the due date. But both are going to be due October 17th. And the reason why it's quick is because you are in that high risk group and I want to address it the earlier, the better. Okay. Okay. So Dad Mike could help us here. When's the best time for y'all to be here this afternoon? Like perhaps after school?
Yeah, that'd probably be best. Aaron has band practice, I think, until 6 o'clock, though. Is that right, Aaron?
You're going to have to find a different time to just swing by. When can y'all come by during regular?
What I'm thinking is maybe we could do it around lunchtime.
That's fine. What time would that look like?
Whatever's convenient for you. I'm pretty open.
I don't know his lunchtime. That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, me neither. Aaron, could you type that in and let her know what time your lunch is going to be?
That'd be great. A parent will need to be with him.
Okay,
Okay, lunch starts at 12. So sometime after 12 is fine. And you can
Yeah.
get an excuse here when you're here so that and the school will understand that. So
yeah,
I'll just put around noon and they'll have everything. Any clerk can help you. Okay. And so you just walk in the building, same place you came before if you were here. You walk in, when you walk in, the lobby is the clerk's office, and you just approach any clerk and say who you are, and they'll just ask you for simple identification. You'll read your papers, you'll sign them. You will immediately get copies. They'll receipt you the $20. That's also where you turn in everything when you're done. You don't have to wait a month, Aaron. You can just turn it in as soon as you're done. Like if that was next week, then I would go ahead and sign that dismissal. But what I will tell you is you can also email. But if you email or mail it in, call and make sure we received it, because things can get lost. But if you bring it by, we'll actually scan it, mark it received, and it'll be in your file. Once I receive those two things, as long as it's before or on your due date, I will sign a dismissal and waive the $264. The issue here today is really a safety issue and not a money issue for you. And you are young, and we just want to make sure that in the future you survive driving. Okay. All right. Aaron, do you have any questions? And if so, you could type them in. Okay. Dad, do you have any questions?
no, you just said you need to bring cash, right?
That particular fee is a cash fee. It just has to do with the type of software they have over there, but it's just a $20 cash fee. Yes.
Okay, I'll pick him up around noon then and we'll head over there.
Okay. We will see y'all then.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Y'all are good to go ahead and hang up.
All right, thanks.
And don't forget to get excuses when you're here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Aaron. You're very polite. All right. Melody Smith, can you unmute and tell me how you're doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Very well. Thank you for asking.
Yes, ma'am.
I have your file here, a little bit, a lot of things. The last time we spoke was about a month and a half ago or a month ago, and you were having a lot going on. So let me just look and see. Right, we were trying to get some paperwork back from you, and I think I have it. Let me double check. Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
We have it now. Are you the only income to your home?
Yes, ma'am.
And I see you have a child in the home. Does the other parent help you?
No, ma'am. He's incarcerated.
Okay. Sorry, I've got a problem here. Do you have roommates? Anyone helping you with that rent?
No, ma'am.
What about, sorry, I got this wrong. Okay.
No, it's okay.
Um, okay. Do you receive any assistance like free lunches or food stamps?
No, ma'am.
Have you
No,
tried?
ma'am.
Have you applied?
Not in a long time. I want to, but there's girls that actually make less than I do at my job, and they hardly get anything. So I don't know. I kind of just don't even want to waste my time on it, but I know I should. Anything helps, but I just kind of do what I can when I can.
I understand. Your child is young. And so
Yes, ma'am.
I'm also wondering, does she go to like a daycare or?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I do get daycare assistance. That is one thing I get. And my
Okay,
dad helps me pay for it.
okay. It's daycare. Like
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
federal help?
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay,
get CCS.
okay, I'm glad to hear that.
Me too. Me too.
Um, Okay, I'm just trying to sort out, just give me a little further. Okay, we've already entered pleas on these cases. And I'm just want to look and see, did we try community service with this?
No, ma'am. Community service would be difficult for me, because I work 6 days a week and I'm a full-time student as well.
Okay. What are you studying?
Well, right now, I'm just trying to get through this semester. I'm in a class to help me retake the TSI. So like right now I'm just doing like a English Comp 1 and a remedial math class and a music class. But I would love to be a nurse or sonography or something like that, but I'm taking it baby steps.
Okay. Are you having to, excuse me, are you having to take out loans and go into debt to do that?
I have grants and financial aid, but even that's not very much. So, and my car is breaking down on me now.
Okay.
So I did take out a loan. Yes, ma'am. I took out one.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
people go, well, I have loans, and I'm like, well, that's debt. It's not income. So, but
Yes, ma'am.
it does kind of let me know the level of stress.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Very stressful.
Yeah. Okay. So these are 2023 cases, and I'm just trying to sort out, do we have holds on the license or any kind of warrant? I know we recalled warrants last time.
We did recall it once.
Okay.
I don't think that we need to.
Are you able to make any kind of payment today?
I won't be able to today, but PC is scheduling, or the government or whoever is scheduled on the 15th to disperse financial aid and all that stuff. So tomorrow I should be able to make a payment. But I also do get paid today, but I won't get paid because I go in at 4, so I won't get paid because I get paid in cash. So I won't get paid until I get off work.
Okay. Here's what I think is the appropriate action. I think today, taking everything into consideration, you have many, many like balls in the air. Okay. And financially, it's actually a challenge. Those loans are not income for you. They are designed for the furtherance of education.
Yes, ma'am.
And you actually have tight budget anyway with it. So I'm going to waive your funds and costs and zero out your balance today.
You're going to do that?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you could do community service with a
No,
child
ma'am.
in school and work. You are working 6 days a week.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't see a way to make you pay. And I don't see a way to get the community service from you either. Just everything you've submitted verifies this for me. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Wow. That's a blessing. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. And good luck to you. But
Thank you, ma'am.
I'll sign that later this morning and then it'll be final.
And so that's it?
Yes. You're welcome to call in the morning and check and make sure it's zeroed out.
Wow. I was not expecting that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for getting here. And
Yes, ma'am.
sorry it went to warrant before. Just remember.
No, hey, I'm sorry that I let it go that far.
Yeah, just remember in the future, if you get tickets, always communicate with us so that we can work with you.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. I appreciate you more than you know.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I have a few people that I haven't stopped to identify yet. So I just want to check in and figure out who's who. Let's see. Oh, and before I do that, Mr. Matson, is Avery Thomas ready to be moved back over?
He is, Judge.
Great. Let me get that file and then I'm going to sort out who's who. Okay. Where are we on the single charge of speeding?
Your Honor, Mr. Thomas has a couple different options he's going to explore, so we'll set the final pretrial hearing.
Okay. We have set that already, Mr. Thomas, for October 26th at 9 o'clock here in the courtroom. I don't know if you've received that yet, have you?
No, ma'am, I have not. Is it coming in email form?
We can. Would that work well for you?
Yes, ma'am, email form.
Okay, I will make a note that email's good and we'll use it. And we'll use the email that we used to set up the meeting today. Is that still good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you are free to go and we will see you then.
Yes, ma'am. I do appreciate your time and you have a good one.
Thank you, sir. And you too.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Jay Rodriguez, can you unmute?
Yes, hello.
Great. I'm going to move you over to that meeting with Mr. Mattson at this time, and then you'll come back here at the end.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I could, Nikita Bridges, can you unmute? You're labeled that. I don't know what your name is. What is your name?
My name's Matthew Stoltz.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I have you on my docket for today.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be right with you. And then
Not a problem.
Then I also have Samsung SM. Could you tell me your name?
Yes, sir. Yes, madam. My name is Sardar Naz.
Okay, I've got you down. And I'm just changing the name temporarily.
Yeah.
And then I also had LG Stylo 6. Could you tell me your name?
Dustin Bryant.
Okay, Mr. Bryant, great. I will just change it for the duration of this meeting so that we don't lose track of you. Thank you. And let me write that down. Let's see. Okay. And then iPhone 4, could you tell me your name?
Michaela Giron.
Okay, great. I've got you down. Okay, and so Mr. Stoltz, let me go ahead and have you unmute again and let's talk.
Yes, ma'am.
We had 30 hours of community service. It was due August 24th. You need an extension. I'm happy to do that. Have you picked a provider where you're going to do the work? Because we did provide a list.
Yes, ma'am. I did send something into the courts to you the other day. I preferably just to pay the fine if that's possible. I could pay
Oh, I
$50
see.
to $100 today and then a continuation weekly $50 to $100 until all the fines are paid off. I work 60 hours per week. Plus, I'm currently aspiring to get into psychopharmacology and psychiatry, along with the other studies within the financial markets that I do on a daily basis. I only have about 4 to 5 hours daily, 7 days a week, that is actually available to me to take a shower and hang out with my family as of right now. So
Okay,
I'd rather just pay the money if that's possible.
of course it is. Just go back over this again. You are proposing to pay $50 today, and then what was the
I can do it weekly or monthly, however you want to set it up. I can do $50 weekly, or we can do like $150 a month, whatever the case may be. I was originally set up on a $200 monthly plan. Unfortunately, I fell behind on that originally just because my wife transversed out of her medical job into a new career, and she's been in there schooling, getting trained for her new job. She finally just stepped out of training into the actual her job position, so I'm fine to pick back up with that.
Okay, so a quick question.
Yeah.
Can you come by today? And if so, what time you would pay that $50 and sign the new plan?
Anytime. I can leave right now if you want.
Okay, I'm going to let you go in a second to do that. Then
Yes, ma'am.
I think the last question I have is, hold on, you were talking pretty quickly, so I sort of lost track. $50 today. Oh, then I was just going to do $50 every 2 weeks. You can always pay more. If you pay more, you just get done faster. I
Yes,
want
ma'am.
to put that middle spot with you that seems like it would be doable. Okay.
That's fine. I appreciate you.
Okay, yeah. And thank you for your letter. I did look at it, and I think this is a good solution. So I've approved it. The clerk will have everything at the front desk for you when you get here.
Okay.
And I'm just making a note that you'll probably be here a little bit at around 10 or so. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna leave out right now and I'll go there.
Okay. We'll see you soon.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Just want to double check. Tiffany Ellison, are you here? If that's a no-show, let me see if I can make a decision. No, I'm gonna set that for a no-show show clause here in court. And then Esmeralda Jackson, are you here? Yeah. I think that on her cases, are they all in sentence already? Have pleas been entered?
Oh. maybe, Yeah, the one that showed the photo. Which is what it said, no, against him, the life of the She was on no, pay show.
Got it. Yeah. So this has already been adjudicated and this new one as well. There's a plea. I'm gonna accept the new plea.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the old case, pull them together and order community service. She's got a temporary job and food stamps and 3 small children. And her expenses are low, but her income is a soft income because it's not a permanent. It's not permanent. So she may not actually be getting that money. I'm thinking no, not if she's got food stamps. The income she's reporting, she wouldn't have food stamps if that was real. You know, sometimes people they want to put a good foot forward because they're trying. I don't have a total in here. Let me just figure it out. Does the new OpenGov not put the totals?
Let's look.
We have to find it. It's probably there. It's just, we have new software, folks. We're having growing pains over here. So bear with us. We'll get there. It'll be better in the end. I'm sure of it. But I don't necessarily know how it works. I'm going to just shift both of those into community service. And I'm going to make them do, well, I can only do 30 days until we hear from her, but it's all here. I think I got it down. Okay, let's see. That's just Mr. Bryant, can we look and see how behind he is for his pay show in October? What's that?
Everything has changed and I'm having trouble finding the new people agreement in the new system.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to know what did they name this? So that
Right.
it says she wants community, and I guess it's got it on the top. I don't know.
Yes,
Okay. I'm looking at it. Right?
yes.
I could go on a community service and say. And then I so much of that means. I don't know, only they do the pay.
So they set him because he was short 50.
It could be very-
Unusual.
Yes.
So that's what we know at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. When is his next payment due? Maybe there, yeah.
Fast. Oh, it looks like he was supposed to pay 100 and only paid 50.
And he
Next
said,
payment due is October 4.
oh, okay, I see what they did. They just put a pay show for the day after the next payment, like he could make it up. Okay, I can work with him on that while we're sitting here. Mr. Bryant, can you unmute for a quick moment?
How are you?
Hey, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Listen, I was reviewing like everything you have going on with us. You'll be talking to the prosecutor in a moment about the expired vehicle registration charge. So that is not part of this conversation. But you have a payment plan with us, and I know you're aware that it's a little bit behind. But in looking at it, I wanted to kind of work on it with you just a couple minutes. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, right now, it's just $50 behind. They didn't set it, like, it's not heading to warrant yet. It's scheduled for what is called a show cause. And normally, we're gonna just accept the money before or on that date, which is like October 5th, and your next payment is due the day before. So that puts you putting down $150 on, I believe, the 4th of October. So my question is, I am willing to shift this payment plan just a little and lower it to $50 a month. If you want to come in today and sign up for that, you could always pay more, but we could lower it to a minimum. And then if you want to pay more and get done faster because you're able to, but it would create a little more
A little more
of a
room for
cushion
me.
there, and yeah, a little more room for you, because apparently it keeps getting tight, and that's not the purpose. I mean, I don't want it uncomfortable to the point of not doable, you know?
I've just been doing like, I come like pay 50 when I first, and then the second week I come pay the other 50. Then I'm done with it. Then I start over again.
Right. Do you want to, so you're comfortable with the payment? Cause it's behind.
I'm comfortable with the payments.
Okay. All right. And you're just gonna make that payment up when you come in?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
already-
I'll just make a note of that and I'll leave it as is then, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm already here.
Okay.
I'm already in the building.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's up to you if you want to make up the payment now, or, but Mr. Matson's gonna be with you shortly. I just wanted to see if we needed to talk about the other matter. But it sounds like you've got it under hand, so that's fine.
The other matter was gonna be just to ask for an extension, but I've already got it done.
Yeah, you're scheduled to talk to Mr. Matson about that. Okay, hang on.
Right.
Okay. Mr. Matson, I know you were talking to Mr. Rodriguez and we have him back in the room. Mr. Rodriguez, can you get more than your forehead on screen? That would be great. And where are we on this matter?
Your Honor, we're going to continue to final pretrial. So if we get confirmation of that date, that would be fantastic.
Yes, I've got that set for October 26th at 9 o'clock.
October 26th. Can you write
And
that
that's
down?
here in the courtroom. Can I email that to you, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'll use the email that we set the meeting up on today. Is that all right?
Yes. J Michael RDZ
I don't
at
know.
Gmail.
Hang on,
Okay.
Mr. Rodriguez. On the pretrial. There we go. jmichaelrdz@gmail.com.
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll email that to you now or shortly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
We will see you then.
All right, I'm good to go.
Yes, you are. Thank you.
All right, you have a good day.
And you too. Okay, Mr. Matson, moving you forward. Sadar Naz is here to see you, and if you could unmute Mr. Naz, great. I will move you over. Yes, I can hear you. I'll move you over to that meeting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, y'all folks are just waiting for Mr. Matson and we'll get there.
Awesome, thank you. What do you do, Mommy?
Judge,
I'll be right there. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
I was gonna ask you a question.
Yes.
Is that offer for the 50? I think I want to take that because if I want, my wife probably be like, why didn't you do that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she would ask me that.
Hang on just a moment. I can sign them on OpenGov. Okay. Are all of them? Okay. All right. We have software people here, so we're juggling a little bit. Mr. Bryant, that's fine. Let's hear,
Yes.
We'll get your conversation with the prosecutor done, and then you'll go on over to
Okay.
the clerk in a moment and we'll rework your plan, okay? Are you able to pay $50? Listen to me. Are you able to pay $50 today, or is there a date that is better? You've been like on the 3rd or 4th.
Yes, I can bring it tomorrow.
Okay,
I can bring it.
okay. So those cases.
I just had to sit and think, if she was here, what she'd say to me, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a note that we're gonna reset your payment plan that you're currently in, and we're gonna set it to $50 a month beginning tomorrow. And that they're gonna have you sign that today and reprint it. And the old printout that you have, it goes away. Okay,
Okay,
but let's have you meet with the prosecutor before you talk to the clerk, okay?
thank
Okay,
you, ma'am.
you bet. Okay. Okay, Mr. Mattson, Mr. Nas, let me hear from y'all. Mr.
Can
Mattson,
you hear me? Yes.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Mr. Mattson,
Your Honor, Mr. Nas and I were having a discussion, and I believe he wanted to speak with you about changing his plea to no contest and requesting defensive driving.
does the state have any objection to defensive driving in this case?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, let me check the speed, 80 and a 60. Okay, all right, I will talk to him about that. I'm going to move you forward and to talk to Mr. Bryant. He has a single charge of, it's a registration. And I think he got moved over to your docket, Mr. Mattson, because the issue was, I don't think he was square peg round hole in the dismissal process. It's possible that it was also, I should have handed you that yet, but yeah, Mr. Bryant's file. It's also possible that there was a plea. Let me just look that shifted him onto your docket. Yeah, there was a plea of not guilty there. So and then he's trying to get it registered, or he's had it done. I'm not sure. So maybe y'all could visit.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to move you over, Mr. Bryant. He is also in our lobby. So if there are things we need from him, he's here. Mr. Nas, no problem. The court costs in that case are 144. And then we would need 144 plus license and insurance. And you need to be either guilty or no contest. Is that something you're interested in doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your plea at this time?
A small question. My driving license is missing since last 2 days. I know I gave it to somebody and did not get it back. So is this possible? I can bring something else, or I have the picture of that driving license.
Maybe. Let me look.
Last time I was there in the.
Hold on. When I say let me look, it doesn't mean talk over me. Just wait. For heaven's sakes. We have it on file.
Okay.
And it looks to be you would think that would help us, wouldn't you? It's not expired, is it?
July.
2022. I know, 2023. Okay, we have a copy here. You brought it for us already. So we would just need your insurance and the 144. What time can you be here today?
I can be there before 1 o'clock.
Okay. And you can bring the 144 and your insurance?
Yes.
Okay. We'll have everything at the front desk for you. It won't take very long. And then you'll have up to 90 days to complete the process by turning in a proper driving record and a proper course.
Yes.
You can ask the clerk to print your license for you while you're here. You need to find your license. You should never hand your license to anyone.
Actually, I went to the sheriff department last week to make a payment. And I remember the last place where I gave it was there. And I just noticed today when I started looking for my driving license, I can't find it. So I'm sure I left it in that office. So I will stop by there if I can get it. Thank you.
Well, you'll need it when you're doing your class.
Yes.
Because they're going to start asking you things that are on there. So So you can print what we have until, but
Yes.
you don't want somebody else having your license.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
powerful tool in Texas. Okay, we'll see you around 1.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Have a good day.
You're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Every time I thought of it, we had a warning that popped up that I don't know where it was popping up.
How strange.
So there was so many of these cases. Popped. I don't know which one it's like, oh, that's not nice.
Everything you touch seems to beget another problem for a while. I know that the court administrator was saying, I never want to go through another conversion. I know, I get it.
We still don't have the ticket pull. So I have a million tickets I have done. Just at the end, which would be fine if everything else was quite good.
Yes. Oops. Oops. Oh my goodness.
How long did you give Mr. Noss to do the DSC?
Sorry, what?
How long did you give the, for the DSC?
He's coming in today to sign up. So then he'll have 90 days.
Okay.
It's just a regular process. Yeah. Oh no, that's fine. All right. On the single charge of expired motor vehicle registration, where are we?
Judge, Mr. Bryant did just have the clerks at the front scan in his updated registration receipt.
Okay,
And I also saw that he pled no contest on those 2 other citations, so I'm going to be dismissing this.
wait a minute. He's in a payment plan on the license, the insurance, and the license.
Mhm.
Those are in a payment plan. And then there's an expired registration charge.
Yes, I'm going to be dismissing the expired registration charge.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you started saying you were dismissing some other.
No, ma'am.
And I was going to say, I think we can. Okay, well, I will go ahead and process that here. And you can go ahead and move forward then and talk to Miss Giron. Ms. Giron, can you unmute?
Yes.
Okay, I will move you over to that meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and so Mr. Bryant, let me go ahead and I'll sign that dismissal, and there should be notes for the clerk to redo your payment plan.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
So give me about a minute, and that way you can have a copy of the dismissal. And just, you can approach a clerk and let them know that I've approved your reworking of your payment plan,
Okay,
and that you're waiting on and they'll, that way they can get it ready for you to print out, and then we should have your dismissal before that happens.
okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
thank you. Just head to a clerk.
Okay.
Is Sean available? Can you tell her that I have a problem that just is, oh my goodness.
We renamed all of those prosecutor names.
Gosh. Why?
I've got nothing.
Well, the thing that's been working now does not work. Come here. Yes. On Bryant, yes. So we're online, by the way, the whole world can see us, but I opened it, it's empty, and I hit refresh like I have been, and this is what happened now.
Okay. Put that,
With quit,
and then open it back up again.
okay.
Now, before you do anything, hit refresh.
That's what I did. That's what gave me that. There
Okay,
you go.
all right, quit that again.
Okay. The fix did not work.
Then, let's open it back up again. And this time we're gonna put a date range in. Before we do anything.
This doesn't have it's not putting the date in. But no,
All right, open it back up again.
we need to tell somebody about that. Okay,
All right, now put like yesterday's date as the beginning. And then now refresh. Okay, then quit. And then let's try opening it again, and this time put yesterday's date again, and then do select. What's that say?
says the same thing.
Okay, let me. send that
Whatever
to
y'all
you.
did doesn't work.
Okay, can you send that to me? Just do a screenshot,
Remind me.
the clip thing.
Okay, that And then new, and then just. Thank you. Sure. The only thing that was working for me no longer works because they fixed it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. On the Giron case, where are we?
Your Honor, Ms. Guerin and I have reached terms of agreement on deferral.
Okay,
Those terms are going to be a 120-day deferral period with a 6-hour driver safety course due by day 60 and payment of the fine within 30 days.
sorry, payment was when?
Within 30 days.
Okay. All right, the deferral will read from today until January 11th. You're on a deferred disposition, which I will approve. Conditions are to make payment by October 17th and to turn in a 6-hour driver safety course by November 14th. Do you agree?
Yes.
Is that the term and condition the prosecutor was requesting?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Mattson, yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Giron, either I can email this to you and you can print it and sign it and email it back, or you can come by the court. Which would work better for you?
Email.
Okay. We will email that to you shortly. We need it back today as soon as possible would be preferred. We'll include information for how to find a course, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, thank you. I mean, no, sorry.
Can we use the email that we used to set the meeting up today?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you.